What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only, Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 2,200 episodes since 2014, 700,000 streams globally. None of this is possible without you guys, so thank you so much for the shares, the cares. It makes a huge difference. Today, I am joined by an entrepreneur who is taking over the Metro Atlanta area with her snacks, her treats, her sweets. We've got Shantell from Nuttopia. Hey, Shantell.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good. Wonderful.
Awesome. So let's just start off with it. Where did the idea for Nuttopia even come from?
Well, the funny thing about it is I grew up eating a lot of nuts. Mm-hmm. And so, my sister has a restaurant in California, and she was like, could you make me some different nuts with whatever flavor you want and just send it to me so I could put it as a dessert on our menu. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I don't know about it. And I was like, okay, let's figure it out. Maybe I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out. Mm-hmm. So I stayed up and I started making different flavors of different nuts, peanuts or cashews. And mm-hmm. I sent it to her. And she was like, they all sold out within 2 days. And I sent her over 100 different products.
Wow.
And so that is kind of how Nuttopia was kind of inspired. And, my children hate nuts. For some reason, I don't know why children hate nuts. And so I started doing this adventure thing with them. And I was like, okay, they eat all the different chips, right? But when it comes on to nuts, they're like, nah, it's bland. So every Friday we come up with our taste testing where I'll come up with different flavors and they will give me the thumbs up. 8 or greater becomes the flavor. Mm-hmm. And that's how we kind of started. And then, my husband looked at me and he's like, I think you need to really open a business. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not sure about the nut business. And he's like, I think you need to do it. And that's how we kind of start taking off.
Wow. That is incredible. And kudos to your husband for knowing a good thing to start. I love that.
Yes, he's an eater, so I can't say.
I love it. Okay, so you're starting this company. Was there any point in your process when you're in development and you're filing for the Secretary of the State and all these other legal things that have to go with opening a business, was there any point that you were apprehensive and maybe reconsidering?
There's always that part of it. Because I think a lot of people, when they think about opening a business, we always think it's going to be easy, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, we have all these processes that we have to go through.
Yeah.
But not realizing that there are so many hidden things, whether it is errors that you are going to face. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest challenges that we faced was, misinformation from the county. And so I always tell a lot of business owners, get all your information before starting. Because once you start that process, then there are so many people that will give you misinformation, and that can halt that process. And at one point, it was going to make me cry. Because I was like, why is it taking so long to get permits? One of the biggest issues when you open a storefront is permitting. Figuring out, okay, all right, having electrical permits and your build outs, and everything has to be pristine in line to whatever county you are looking to do business in. And so that was one of our biggest challenges, making sure that we had all the permits into place and permitting taking longer. Mm-hmm. And at one point I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't a good idea in the first place. Maybe it's not the ideal situation for me. Mm-hmm. But that was one thing that I would always tell any business owner, make sure you get all the information that you need before you even sign for the lease, to make sure that, the area that you're going to look to do the business is in a good area, and it's going to be that area that the county is going to always support you.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I'm absolutely a Nuttopia customer, a fan, a supporter, all the good things. And some of my favorite nuts would be the creme brulee. I'm definitely a creme brulee girl. That's a good one. But hands down, my fan favorite that I didn't even know what to think about was the lemon pound cake. Oh my gosh. Shantell, you have to tell us about this. How did this flavor, how did this take over? Out of anything for you to make into a flavor, how did that come about?
Oh, well, I was making different things.
Mm.
And one of the things that I always even tell my husband is that one of the things I wanted to move away from is adding so much colors and dyes into our products. And so we were making different flavors, and he was like, what is it about a lemon flavor? What is it I don't like lemon? And he was like, just do it. Just figure it out. And I kept making different recipes, and he was like, okay, too lemony. And then we were going through that phase, and we're like, you know what? Just right. And we were battling. What should we name this flavor? And he says, what about a lemon cream? I was like, nobody. I was like, lemon pound cake. And then he was like, I don't know, it's too long. And then that flavor, once we put it out, I put it out maybe 2 days after we put it out, and everybody was like, that is a good flavor. That lemon pound cake is a bomb. It reminds you of eating your grandma lemon pound cake, and just sit there and eat it. And until it's finished, you'd be like, oh my God, I ate the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. As soon as you said that, like, you are right. It gives you that nostalgic feel of you're at your grandmother's house. And, my family's Caribbean. So, like, we would have, like, black cake and all kinds of, like, just treats and things around. Yes, that is it. That's exactly it. You captured nostalgia in a nut. I love it.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about...
That's what we wanted to bring.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about some of those other flavors. What is really merging this summer? What are people out there looking and trying to get?
My husband says I spoil my customers. And I spoil them because I want for them to always experience something new each month. Every time they come in, they go, what's new? I came in last week, or they came in 2 weeks ago. What's new this month? And so I've tried to encapsulate different things from fruits or vegetables. For this month, we released a beetroot and ginger almond. So a lot of people, because, every time when you look at a beetroot, a lot of people don't like that flavor. Yeah. And so, but they don't understand how nutritious or nutrient-dense that it is. And so I had to start saying, how can we get them to eat something so nutritious and combining that flavor? And that's why we got that one. But we have so many new flavors that we have. We have our s'mores that doesn't have, or s'mores option that doesn't have a nut in it. But we're trying to get people that, even if you're not a nut favorite, you could come and experience something new and inviting every time you come to Nuttopia. Because everybody comes there. I don't want you to treat you're not a customer. You're like family. You come, you could share and say, hey, what do you think about this flavor? And I'm like, oh, that seems really interesting. My mind goes off. I start thinking of different, flavors to come into. So I treat all of my customers like family. So they will come and like, Shantell, what do you think about this? And I was like, maybe a good idea. And some ideas I'm like, no, not today. Not today. Not that idea. Leave it there. Leave it there. So, but I always want to make sure my customers are always getting something new and exciting every time they come there.
Yes. Now, if people want to get some more information, of course, put in that order. They need to put in that summer order before all the treats are gone. Where do they need to go?
So we have our website online. So we are Nuttopia.com. It's Nuttopia.com. And you could go online. You could see all our flavors that's online. If you see something in the store that's not online, you could always call us. We also have our Uber Eats. So if you don't want to order online, you could just Uber Eats it. You could Uber Eats, Grubhub. You could get that right at your door, just like you're ordering, your food to go.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Shantell, you're just pulling me in. Uber Eats, really?
So you have no excuse. If you don't want to come out the car, just get somebody to drop it at your door, just right there for you.
I love it. Shantell, thank you so much for coming through. I so love your energy.
No problem.
I love what you guys are doing. You're welcome back on the show to come and share all the announcements. I know there's going to be new things going on with you guys. I'd love for you to come back and share with us.
No problem. And thank you so much for everybody that has supported us over the past couple of months that we've opened. And thank you so much for everybody that tried our nuts and tell us how delicious they are. We really appreciate the constant support.
Absolutely. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love, your support. It makes a huge difference. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do, watch me make it happen, watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.